Have you ever wondered what the secret ingredient is for feeling your absolute best? It's not some complicated formula or an expensive superfood. It's a simple, humble mineral called magnesium. Think of it as the quiet, hardworking hero inside every single one of your cells. It doesn't shout for attention, but without it, your body simply cannot perform its daily miracles. From the moment you wake up to the second you fall asleep, magnesium is there, quietly orchestrating hundreds of vital processes. It is a true cornerstone of good health, influencing your energy levels and your mood. Let's talk about energy. Not the frantic, caffeine-fueled kind, but true, sustained cellular energy. Every single action you take, blinking your eyes, running a marathon, requires energy in the form of a molecule called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. Think of ATP as the rechargeable battery that powers every cell in your body. But for these batteries to be created and activated, they need magnesium. The ATP molecule is inherently unstable and needs to bind with a magnesium ion to become biologically active. Without magnesium, your body simply cannot produce or use its primary fuel source efficiently. This is why one of the first and most common signs of low magnesium is persistent fatigue. It's a deep, weary feeling that sleep doesn't seem to fix. You're not just tired. Your body's power plants are literally struggling to keep the lights on. By ensuring you have enough magnesium, you are providing the essential spark that allows your mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses within your cells, to convert the food you eat into the usable energy you need to thrive. It's a foundational piece of the puzzle for feeling vibrant and alive, giving you the stamina to tackle your day with vigor rather than dragging yourself through it. Your heart is the hardest working muscle in your body, beating around 100,000 times every single day without a break. To perform this relentless task, it needs a perfect balance of minerals, and magnesium is a key player in this delicate dance. It works in partnership with calcium. Calcium helps muscle fibers contract. Magnesium tells them when to relax. This includes the heart's muscle fibers and the smooth muscles lining blood vessels. That contraction-relaxation rhythm is fundamental to a steady heartbeat. Low magnesium lets calcium dominate, causing muscle cells to contract too much and too long. In the heart, this can lead to irregular heartbeat or palpitations. You might feel your heart flutter, skip a beat, or pound in your chest. Adequate magnesium helps keep a calm, regular cardiac rhythm. Magnesium relaxes artery and vein walls so blood vessels widen. Blood can flow more freely, helping maintain healthy blood pressure. When we think of strong bones, our minds immediately jump to calcium. We have been taught for decades that calcium is the king of bone health. While it is certainly crucial, calcium doesn't work alone. Magnesium is its essential partner. It directs calcium to where it needs to go and helps it get the job done. Over half of your body's total magnesium is stored in your bones. It helps to stimulate a hormone called calcitonin, which draws calcium out of the blood and soft tissues and directs it into the bones. Without enough magnesium, this process becomes inefficient. Calcium may not be incorporated into the bone matrix properly. And worse, it can end up being deposited in places it shouldn't be, like in your arteries, like in your joints. Magnesium also plays a role in converting vitamin D into its active form. Active vitamin D is needed for your body to absorb calcium effectively. You could be taking plenty of calcium, but if you are deficient in magnesium, you won't be getting the full bone-building benefits. Magnesium is the foreman on the construction site of your skeleton. Beyond bones, magnesium is fundamental to the very creation of life's building blocks. Spotting the signs. Because magnesium is involved in so many bodily functions, the signs can be varied and widespread. Often subtle at first, easily dismissed as stress. One of the most common early indicators is fatigue, a sense of physical weakness, persistent lack of energy you can't shake, no matter how much you rest. As we've learned, this is directly linked to magnesium's role in creating ATP, your body's energy currency. Another common cluster of symptoms relates to the nervous system and muscles. Do you experience frequent muscle twitches, eyelid twitch, calf twitch, or do you suffer from painful muscle cramps, especially at night? These are classic signs of magnesium insufficiency, where your muscles can't fully relax. On a mental and emotional level, you might feel more anxious, irritable, or on edge than usual. You may have trouble sleeping, with a racing mind that prevents you from drifting off. These feelings of being wired and tired are often a direct result of the nervous system being overstimulated without enough magnesium to calm it down. Headaches, migraines. The wonderful news is that boosting your magnesium levels doesn't have to be a chore. Nature has packed this incredible mineral into a wide variety of delicious and wholesome foods. A great place to start is with leafy green vegetables. The green pigment in plants, chlorophyll, has a magnesium atom at its very center. So, a simple rule to remember is, if it's green, it's a good source of magnesium. Think of spinach, Swiss chard, kale, and collard greens. Nuts and seeds are absolute powerhouses of magnesium. Just a small handful can provide a significant portion of your daily needs. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, Brazil nuts. You can sprinkle them on your morning porridge, add them to salads for a satisfying crunch, or simply enjoy them as a snack. Seeds like flax chia and sesame. If magnesium is present in so many healthy foods, you might be wondering why so many of us are falling short. The truth is, our modern lifestyle has created a perfect storm for magnesium depletion. It starts with our soil. Decades of intensive farming practices have stripped many essential minerals, including magnesium, from the soil our food is grown in. This means that the spinach or broccoli you eat today may contain significantly less magnesium than the same vegetable would have 50 years ago. Even if you are eating a healthy diet, you may be getting less of this mineral than you think. Then there is the issue of food processing. The modern diet is heavily reliant on processed and refined foods. When a whole grain like wheat is processed to make white flour, the nutrient-rich bran and germ, where most of the magnesium is stored, are stripped away. The same happens when sugarcane is refined to make white sugar. This process removes virtually all of its magnesium content. The result is that many of the staple foods on supermarket shelves, white bread, pasta, sugary snacks, drinks, are not just low in magnesium. They can actually use up your body's existing stores to be metabolized. Chronic stress is another major factor that drains our magnesium reserves. When you are stressed, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol. This fight-or-flight response causes your cells to release magnesium into your bloodstream, and it is then excreted through your urine. Finally, certain common lifestyle habits can interfere with magnesium absorption or increase its excretion. Given the challenges of getting enough magnesium from our diet, many people wonder if they should take a supplement. For some individuals, supplementation can be a very helpful and effective strategy. People with certain health conditions that affect nutrient absorption, such as Crohn's disease, celiac disease. Older adults can also be at higher risk. Absorption tends to decrease with age. Athletes, people who sweat heavily. If you decide to explore supplementation, you'll find many different forms of magnesium available. Some forms, like magnesium oxide, are poorly absorbed and more likely to have a laxative effect. More bioavailable forms include magnesium, citrate magnesium, glycinate magnesium, malate magnesium glycinate is often a good choice. It's bound to the amino acid glycine, which is calming. We have journeyed through the incredible world of magnesium, from its role as an energy creator and mind calmer to its power as a muscle soother and bone builder. We've seen how this humble mineral is a true cornerstone of our well-being, quietly working behind the scenes to keep us healthy and resilient. We have also understood why our modern lives can so easily drain our reserves, but the most important takeaway is that you have the power to change this. You can take simple, practical steps today to replenish your body. Making a conscious effort to invite magnesium-rich foods back onto your plate is a profound act of self-care. Start small. Perhaps you could add a handful of spinach to your smoothie in the morning, or swap your usual afternoon snack for a handful of almonds and a square of dark chocolate. Maybe you could choose quinoa instead of white rice with your evening meal, or add a can of black beans to your weekly chili or soup. These small changes, when practiced consistently, add up to make a big difference. Make a simple promise to yourself today to prioritize this unsung hero.